What would happen if you lived in darkness for a week? Today we're taking a look at an experiment that's really interesting but also terrifying. So let's get right into it. Day 1. You prepare your space by blocking out all sources of light. And the moment you step into that pitch black room, your eyes struggle to adjust. Every moment, you're extremely tentative and relying on your other senses: touch, hearing, and smell. The darkness is extremely disorienting, and you quickly realize how much you depend on sight. The night, or what you assume is night, brings difficulty sleeping as your internal clock is extremely confused. Day 2. You wake up extremely unsure of how long you slept, because the darkness is completely throwing you off. You feel groggy and disoriented due to the disruption in your circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythms are the physical, mental, and behavioral changes that an organism experiences over a 24-hour cycle. Not also that, but meals are becoming a challenge. Eating without seeing your food becomes strange and less satisfying. The constant darkness makes everything more difficult, and you simply miss the pleasure of seeing your own food. The lack of natural light continues to disorient you and make it hard to stay on a regular schedule. Day 3. The psychological effects are starting. The darkness feels oppressive and isolating. You begin to crave any form of light, and to keep yourself from going insane, you do various activities. But the darkness remains a constant presence. But the stress of isolation and lack of sensory input weighs heavy on your mental state. The struggle to stay motivated and continue this challenge becomes increasingly harder as the hours go on. Day 4. This is where it gets crazy. Hallucinations are starting to set in. You see flashes of light and shapes that aren't really there. Unsettling noises like whispers and creaks, but there's no source of these sounds. It's just to fill the silence, and it's in your head. The darkness intensifies and you feel anxiety and paranoia. Now this is really bad because it makes it hard to distinguish illusions from reality. You try to stay active and exercise, and you talk to yourself to combat the isolation. And sleep remains extremely tough to get because your internal clock is so messed up. Day 5. Your body begins to show signs of exhaustion because of your terrible sleep pattern, and it's also feeling constant stress. Physical fatigue makes every moment feel like a challenge. You struggle to maintain focus and motivation as the darkness persists. The strain of the darkness affects your mood and your mental clarity. Even simple tasks become extremely hard, and you're feeling a sense of hopelessness as the end of the experiment seems so far away. Day 6. All the days are blending together, and you have no sense of time anymore in the darkness. Even simple things like brushing your teeth becomes hard to do. Your energy levels are low, and you're physically and mentally drained. Hallucinations are more persistent and causing you stress. The constant darkness feels suffocating, but you hold on knowing the end of the week is near. And despite everything, you push through, hoping for the return of light. Day 7. The last day of the experiment. You see the end in your sights, and you feel a mixture of relief and exhaustion. The long period of darkness has tested you physically and mentally, and you're extremely eager to see some light and for this challenge to end. As the darkness is finally lifted, your eyes are overwhelmed by brightness. The world seems extremely saturated, and you gain a new appreciation for the simple gift of sight. Even though it felt like your eyes have been closed this whole time, this was an eye-opening experience even though it was so difficult. And now you understand how important life is for your daily life. So that's what would happen if you lived a week in darkness. And if you enjoyed this video, you should watch my most recent video, Scariest Deep Sea Creatures, right here. And if you really enjoyed this video, subscribe right here. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.
Please subscribe.